Good morning, everyone. It's me, it's Greg, it's the OG amputee. And this morning, the first thing I'm going to do is probably going to be the most helpful video that I shoot because this is all about putting your prosthetic on, how it fits, and some of the complications that you go through and some of the things that you're going to be able to help yourself and really overcome here. First of all, here's my stump this morning. This is about, excuse the mess, right at 7 weeks since I've had my prosthetic. I've had a couple ups and downs. For the most part, it's been fantastic. It's been amazing. I had some blisters at first because I was overdoing it. And I was also hitting on the bottom of my prosthetic. And I didn't really know it. And then the other part, I've had incredible shrinkage. Hard for me to say. I had incredible shrinkage of my prosthetic just from one of my shrinker socks of many. I would wear one at night and then another half one on top of it and a half one on top of it to make it shrink. But it has shrunk so much that the socket is too big for my leg right now. But there's ways around that. But the whole video this morning, and please excuse me, I'm being as raw as it is right now. It's exactly what I do when I wake up. Not even looking fresh this morning. But so here's where I start. I know that when I wake up, my leg is actually a little bit thicker than it's going to be for the rest of the day. But even after the shrinker sock comes off, when you're laying there, the fluid builds up and it sits and it makes it thicker than before you go to bed. Once I walk my dog, which may make an appearance here in a minute, once I walk him, it automatically goes down and I have to put another sock on. No one told me about socks. And that's why I want to help you. No one told me about socks. Socks make or break how your prosthetic fits. So yeah, let's get started. So let me see if I can get this set here where you can kind of see what my routine is. Yeah, that works. Okay. Well, so on the bottom of my stump right here, I was getting some blisters, and those blisters ended up getting infected. And it was a quick fix. So here's what I do now. Take an ointment, like just any antibiotic ointment. I'm pretty sure any over-the-counter ointment would work. And if it's not infected or you don't have any problems, I highly suggest something like Meta Honey. Meta Honey is awesome. It heals a lot of different things. But for me, I take a little bit of this and I rub it right on the front of the stump. That way there's really not a lot of gray area right there. It covers it. It's not doing a whole lot. Skin tape, which is important that it's skin tape. Any other tape is going to irritate your leg. It's going to bother you. Skin tape goes on and off really easy. Doesn't hurt. Guys, also, you don't have to shave it all the way down, but take most of the hair off your stump. It just makes sense. I mean, it's not a guy thing or a girly thing or whatever thing. It's a more of a hygiene thing. It keeps it clean. It's easy to put tape on and off. Right now, a couple pieces of tape I want to rip on me, but that's okay. Again, So then I take a small gauze pad, which I'm sure all of us probably have, buckets, boxes, whatever, of gauze pads. So I put the gauze pad on, and I just take it and put a little right on the edge there, just enough to cover almost the inseam, almost the scar. It's not on the bottom, but it's right almost on the scar. So I'll do that. Skin tape. Skin tape. And I'm telling you, that step will save you tons of problems. Tons of problems. No one told me this. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing these videos. And a lot of them obviously are very raw and not planned. So with my stump that has shrunken, they gave me some things this week. What this is, it's called a molding distal roll-on. Molding distal roll-on. And it's just a little extra piece of rubber that I place on my stump. And it gets a little tricky. It'll move around on you, it'll do whatever. Sometimes you gotta, there we go. There we go. So anyway, it's definitely a mold to your skin type thing. So you wanna just feel around, make sure there's no air bubbles on it, but that's it. And that right there, again, will save you, because it gives you an extra cushion before your liner. And look at, I mean, this is my leg. It's tiny. After my surgery was July 27th, and now my surgery was July 27th, 2016, and I had got my prosthetic October 19th, and very few trials, but I'm doing great. I'm in the gym every day. Those are other videos. We're putting it on this morning. Next is your liner. Everybody has a liner. Mine is Winter's Gel. Yours could be whatever. Doesn't matter. Of course, you flip it inside out. I try to line mine up to where the lines are on the top, just because I want it to fit perfect. So I kind of line it up, push it in with my thumbs to make a little indentation, and put it on top of the molding, and then you just roll it on. Roll it on there. Okay, now this is my leg. This is my leg. So this is what it would look like. My foot and ankle. My foot is a VT Echelon Elite, or Echelon VT Elite. Lots of movement back and forth, up and down, sideways. Highly recommend looking up this foot. I go up and down hills, I go backwards, I go sideways, I go up and down steps, no problem. This foot, there's others out there, but this one for me was perfect. This is what's called your socket, and this is what's called your knee sleeve. Make sure your knee sleeve is taped down. First I thought it was going to look ghetto being taped down, but guess what? It helps the air, and it also keeps it in place. So another thing with mine is my leg goes like this a little bit. Most sockets go like this. So when my leg was going like this and my socket was going like this, they were hitting at the bottom, and some days I couldn't take it. I could not take the pain. It was just absolutely wear it for an hour, maybe two, and then take it off and feel like I was dying. And I told them this, and all they did, see how it's turned? Like my foot's going this way, but the shell's going that way, the socket's going that way. They turned the socket to match my leg. Bingo. Little things like that can make all the difference in your world. So anyway, and then there's these bad boys that you will learn about. These are everything. These are socks, plies, whatever you want to call them. And I don't have one of the nylons with me, but they also have a white nylon that you can put on top that helps it slide in easier. For me to slide in easier, I'm sure we all have these gloves from whether we had pick lines, whether we had whatever. I simply do this every day. And I only do it once a day. I use a excuse me, some kind of lubricating gel. Put the gel, and I just rub it all inside my socket. All inside the socket. Of course, your socket has your removable plastic shell, hard shell. You want to make sure they're lined up. But anyway, all I'm doing right now is I'm just rubbing this gel all on the inside. And not sure. They told me that it is good for the shell and good for its mobility too, but and also if you look at mine, see where it's kind of ground down on the front right there. When they thought it was rubbing on my leg, they thought the best idea was to ground right there. Later found out turning that socket. So anyway, turn it inside out, throw it on the floor. You don't want that stuff on your hands because it will be there forever, all day at least. I mean, when I say forever. So it's back in. This is too small for this socket. Way too small. I mean, I could go all the way to the bottom right now. The main thing with this is you do not want to be hitting on the bottom. You don't want to be where the socket's so big that you're moving, your legs moving around in the socket either. You want it to be tight, not just on the bottom, but tight here. And no one taught me that either to start with. Because if you're tight down here and you're loose up here, you're still hitting the bottom. If you're tight all the way through, your weight, you hold some weight up here. Not all your weight's going down here. Another video, another day, talking about losing some weight to help it feel better. That's another day. So there's usually a 3-ply, a 1-ply, and a bigger, thicker cousin 5-ply. You can tell by the colors on them what they are, yellow, whatever. I'm colorblind, so I'm not going to point out these colors, but you can tell. And then also it says on the sock what it is: 5-ply, 3-ply, 1-ply. Usually when you start getting above 10 and 12 layers of socks, it's time for a new socket. Unfortunately, my socket only being 7 weeks old, most insurances are not going to make you a new socket and pay for it that soon. After 3 months, they start to understand, okay, maybe he might need a new socket. Some insurance companies are after 6 months. But for right now, gotta do what I gotta do. So first, I'm putting on the 5-ply. Or excuse me. First, I'm gonna put on the 1-ply. The smaller ones that go on first, they typically stretch longer. See what I mean by longer? They stretch all the way up. And then I'm going to put a 5-ply on. And a 3-ply, and then a 5-ply. See how they're kind of boom, boom, boom? Because the thicker one's going to not take as much room. First thing in the morning, remember your leg is not as small as it's going to be 2 hours from now. When I'm in the gym, it shrinks quicker, so I'll carry a couple with. I'll just throw a couple 1-plies in my socket. But right now, I know it's not going to fit that great. So, but I need to get up and get moving just to get some things done. So I'll do a 5-ply, 3-ply. Either way, for me, it doesn't matter how. But then you take your liner and you fold it down over those plies like that. So I can already tell between the distal molding, which helps me on the bottom, which a lot of people don't know. Gauze pad. People have different opinion on that gauze pad. That gauze pad has saved me. I don't have blisters. I don't have sores. I don't have skin breakdowns. I don't have those things. A little bit of antibiotic or a little bit of Meta Honey. Meta Honey is all natural. It's good for your skin. You can put it on every day. Trust me on this. So also my socket's lubed, remember? So then you just put your leg in. And you want to go up and down for the first couple times. Go up and down. That way you're kind of moving that stuff around. And it's a lot tighter than it would be. But the point is, you're not shoving it all the way to the bottom. You're not trying to pound that knee all the way to the bottom. You're trying to get your knee to fit at that little diamond area. And that's where mine is. So, excuse the legs, still working on them. And then I roll my knee sleeve up. The knee sleeve, once it catches this rubber part, that's where it creates your seal. And you just rub it tight. Bend your knee a couple times. Look, I'm up and going. I'm ready to go. Legs on. Feels good. I can feel it. I can feel it getting, moving around in there. And I put this couch in my room just because I like to keep stuff like this for when I wake up. Then I'll get it all together, put it in a closet, and I'm gone. But I am the OG amputee. I will be making lots of changes to this channel. What I just showed you, if I would have seen this to start, it would have helped me tremendously. My goal is to help you get through the process, to not be scared, just to know what to expect. If you look beside me, and I don't put this out there very often, but oh, look at there. My wheelchair's still right there. Because when I get out of bed at night and I have to go to the restroom or go wherever, it's right there beside me. But now that my leg's on, I'll roll that to another room, get it out of the way. For the first month that I had the leg, I was in the wheelchair about 2 to 3 hours a day. I would let it rest. I would take it off in the middle of the day. I would, just want it to breathe, want it to not be as hot. Summertime, it's a lot hotter right here in Charlotte right now. It's December. It's cold and raining today, but normally it's fairly, 60s. So you're not sweating a lot in your leg and stuff, even when I work out. But yeah, I hope this helps you guys. I really do. And there's a lot more to come. So have a great day. OG Amputee. Talk to you soon.